like 9-10 bulls.
Jurassic Park. I think we're finally on the trail here.
Oh yeah, we're doing it.
Dude, I don't know if you guys could hear it, but that's a pretty nice bull up there. He's rutting heavy because he's answering that. There's multiple bulls up in that drop. Oh my god, my nerves are going now. Give us a rundown. What's going on?
We're about 3 miles in, give or take, and it's just been kind of quiet for pretty much the whole way. And we jumped something, sounded like a hoofed animal, probably, I don't know, a couple 100 yards back. Go through this thicket, and we get into this meadow, and out of nowhere, there's like 9-10 bulls.
Jurassic Park. We've heard him bugle probably 30-40 times already. That's an exaggeration, probably 25.
And there's no elk in Oregon public lands.
So we woke up this morning to bugles. It's like 5:30, and a little fire going here to get us warm because it's so cold back here. The elk are touching off all around us. The bulls you guys heard screaming last night were just right up here, so we're going in after these. We're gonna try and get on top and bugle. We don't want to make too much noise yet, and we'll see how this goes. So we've hiked up to about 6,000 feet. We sat down. We've been hanging out for like 10 minutes. And now we have a bull bugling 300 yards, 400 yards over, like paralleling us on the canyon. So I bugled a couple times and gotten him to respond. Came down to this glacial runoff so that Jason could fill up on water again. He ran out. He's gonna get some water. Keep glassing these huge basins, see if we can hear that bull call again. It's kind of loud down in here, so we'll get out to where we can hear and then throw some more bugles. It's like 8:30. Made it back to camp. Had to come get a midday wash up in the creek, looking a little raggedy, but stopped back to camp to get some gear and head back up the trail. Go further in, so might as well get a little refreshment. You can see that sun is already setting. So I'm laying down in my hammock, Jason's making food, and I see the tree shaking like a hurricane. Big 6-point bull steps out up on the other hillside. We're going after him. Set up right now, Jason's 80 yards behind me calling. Let's make something happen. Setup number 1. That was officially the first setup of this hunt. Not how we expected it to go. I was not expecting to sit at camp and see that big of a bull that close. But we came up in this timber patch and it looks really good for bulls bedding in here, but he was busted out of here before we could make it up. Couldn't call him in, but it was fun. Time is now 10:25. Came back to camp, got some food, got some supplies. Ended up getting in a little face-off with a bull. Pretty good bull too. I wish I could have got some of it on footage. But it all happened so fast. I'd say it was a good 306 point right at camp. But either way, we're done with that and we're headed up the trail and we're just walking into this big basin behind us. And we'll keep you updated as we go. Should be a good day. The old mountain opposite us. I think it's an appropriate place for it. I am bone dry out of water, bro.
You bone dry?
Bone dry. I'll suck in air. Coming up the trail, Jason looks at me. Do you have the camera? No, I gave it to you. So now he is going back down, not far, probably a quarter mile or so, to where we were sitting. Hopefully it's sitting there. He said, I left it on the rock. Yeah, it's probably sitting there still. It's all good. I'm just gonna take advantage and glass into this timber across from me. A lot of walking. It's awesome country, but doesn't make it any less difficult. Bull. Probably 200 yards on the left. Jason just let off a bugle, and one was growling 200 yards over here. The hunt is on. Let's check the wind and let's make this happen. I hear him breaking. Standing here with the arrow unlocked. Bull bugling in front of me, but he's further away than we thought, and I'm trying to get Jason's attention and let him know we need to cross this creek and go up this drainage. Keep calling this bull in. See if we can do it. There he is right there. I think he's getting closer. This bull is right in front of me now. I'm really upset with myself. I'll just wait till Jason gets here to tell you guys, I guess. It literally happened exactly how it should have, bro. Okay, so I heard him screaming in here. He kept getting closer, and I was like, he's not gonna hit unless I get over here. Kept checking the wind. So I'm down in this meadow over here, cross the river, and I come up here and I smell elk really bad, like I smell a rutting bull. And I hear him fucking scream, like torch off, the closest I've ever heard a bull scream. And I was like, okay, he's right here. And then I seen him move. Says, okay, steady yourself, steady yourself. Didn't have any time to range, bro. I got my release clipped, stepped, I was like right over there, I think. I came right down here, and he stepped out at like 20 yards. I seen him, he was, oh.
So he was
I pulled back, I put my 30 on him, and I shot right over him. And he spun around and then ran down here, and he was through some trees. Shot him for 30, and I went just to the right of him and just barely missed him. Fucking, I mean, I was shaking so hard. It was like, dude.
Hey.
We just called in a bull, and I just shot at one. It's pretty much.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah, it worked great, bro. This is the first. That was perfect.
You shot it. That's sick as shit, though.
Jason has one of my arrows.
The Luminox blasted off.
Well, it might be on the ground somewhere.
Right there.
Yeah, perfect. See if we can wiggle it out. It's not that bad.
No.
Just keep being gentle with it. One arrow. Bro, I'm so upset. Thank you so much for calling that bull in.
That was a really cool experience.
Bro, that thing was coming on a string, and I made the decision to run over the creek, and he came up to me like
you made a good
he was
decision.
walking right to me. He wasn't had any attention on me.
No, we just keep getting closer and closer and closer.
As soon as I told Jason what color the fletching was, found my arrow. Hold that one. Muzzy's still good, just a little dirty. Luminox still on there. As rough as some of these situations can be, you've got to bounce back from them. So I recovered both of my arrows. They were both clean misses, which is good. And I learned a valuable lesson to definitely range no matter what before every shot. And I didn't have my read in, and I couldn't stop that bull right when I wanted to. So all in all, a couple things that I need to work on, but it was one of the coolest experiences of this trip, obviously. I mean, that bull came on a string, and I shot him for 30, and he was closer, and I shot over him. So I was also shaking really hard, so I mean, it's whatever. We did lose one broadhead, but
We'll bounce back.
we'll be all right. We still have the rest of the day to hunt, and where we go back into the basin, the bulls are screaming all night, so hopefully we get into another one before the day's over. Let's finish this thing right. Let's go. This is why we call it uncut. We don't cut this out. I'd love for him to bugle back up in the top.
If he didn't see you, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw me or not. We have hiked all the way down from the lake, and now we're back in the big basin here, and we're making our way back to the hammocks. We still have quite a ways. I think it's about 2.5 miles until we get there, and then another 4-mile walk out of here, or 3-mile walk, I can't remember. Quite a ways out of the way, so today is going to be a long one, and if something happens along the way, it's going to get crazy. So something better happened along the way. Cannot believe I missed that bull earlier. It's almost unreal. It was the most realistic thing that I've ever had happen. It's exactly how you want elk hunting to be. Bull came in on a string, and it's my own fault. But it's all right. We learned from that one. What's that? Pretty far down there, yeah.
Where it disappears?
Yep. Alright, we made it back to camp. Well, haven't made it out of here yet. It's 6 o'clock. We have 4 miles to go. So we're gonna load camp quick and We're gonna boogie, see if we can kill something on the way out of here. Get out of here with as much light as we can. Well, if you guys wanted to know what it was like to basically do a completely novice backcountry eagle cap hunt, this is it. You come in, you hit a trail, and you freaking hunt your butt off until you find elk. And even then, it doesn't always work out. But that's how the story goes. Anyways, we are loaded up. It's like 6:25. Took us about 20 minutes to load camp, and we've got it all on our backs. We're heading out of here. Got a little bit of light to hunt on the way out, so let's see what we can do.